The Rakuten CEO Amit started off by saying, I'm sure there's a lot of people in this room looking for information about what this new integration with Impact means and this strategic alliance. And I'm going to approach that here at the end of our conversation. Then he gets into it. And this room is packed. Like, never seen a room so packed because they want to hear what Amit is going to say. And he gets to the end and the final slide, and he says something, 3 lines about, hey, this is what Impact is, and here's who we are, and thank you for your time. And like, it was the most nothing statement.
You got a big old nothing burger on that.
Such a nothing.
This is Dustin Howes with Affiliate Nerd Out. Welcome to the Nerdatorium.
Hey folks, welcome to Affiliate Nerd Out Real Talk Friday, and my co-host Cristen Evans. What's going on?
Hey buddy, how was Optimism?
It was a pretty cool place to be. I don't know. Have you ever gone?
I haven't.
Okay.
I've been dying to hear about it.
Oh, it was a good experience altogether. There was some ups and some downs, some things I think that could have done better. I'm going to do a full report on it with somebody else that attended the conference a little bit later, but in general, great networking. I would say much better than ASW in terms of scheduling meetings and just the intimacy and the quality of the people.
Do you think that's because it's network specific versus like all of the networks, all the platforms, all of the everything?
I think they're more selective on the people that they let in to the call together. And so there's just no riffraff. Every meeting's a banger. Everyone there knows what they're talking about specifically.
That's cool.
And I had so many conversations with agency owners and veterans. Felt like there wasn't a lot of young ones there.
Okay, so it's higher quality, old guard kind of situation.
A lot of old guard. There's a lot of people that I knew and some young up and comers. But I think I had, I don't know, easily 50 conversations, not just meetings, but I'm out on the floor and I'm hanging out with people and talking industry stuff. So
Okay, cool.
really great for that. One of the biggest pros of this thing is they give away free gifts that you actually want.
Ooh, I like the gift.
Yeah, I got Maui Jim sunglasses,
Nice.
which are like a $300 pair of sunglasses that they give away just for interacting. And there's a lot of other gifts, but that was a great part of it. They got people to interact, that they're involved in meetings and going to sessions and stuff. So that was a great portion of it. Something I was disappointed in, they didn't give us anything in terms of news about this.
Wow, that seems like a huge missed opportunity.
It's not that they didn't approach the subject. They just gave us 50,000 foot views answers everywhere.
Okay.
And I was really hoping that we could hear some kind of news on what this means for agencies, brands, publishers, and everybody in between. So there was some ruffled feathers in that sense. I think a lot of people went to this event like me last minute because of that news was approached. And I even went to the keynote or the session that I usually don't go to because it's just full of a bunch of fluff. And the Rakuten CEO Amit started off by saying, I'm sure there's a lot of people in this room looking for information about what this new integration with Impact means and this strategic alliance. And I'm going to approach that here at the end of our conversation. Then he gets into it. And this room is packed. Like, never seen a room so packed because they want to hear what Amit is going to say. And he gets to the end and the final slide, and he says something, 3 lines about, hey, this is what Impact is, and here's who we are, and thank you for your time. And like, it was the most nothing statement.
You got a big old nothing burger on that.
Such a nothing. And I was eyes wide open, like walking out, and I saw like a bunch of industry friends, like Dan Sweeney, who's a super cynical, funny guy as well. And I'm like, oh man, I'm so glad they cleared all of that up now. He's like, yes, that was the best. But yeah,
Oh,
and then they offered up a private brands only meeting, which pissed off a lot of agencies.
yeah.
So they told them more things than the rest of the general pop.
I also feel like that could be like shady boots, if there's agencies there representing those brands and then they're pulling the brands aside and being like, hey, so, and like, are they trying to sell their services, their managed services? Is that what that is? Like that doesn't seem, no, it doesn't seem right.
It didn't sit very well with a lot of folks.
I feel like I'd be miffed about that.
They didn't do like a separate meeting for just the agencies to talk them through this.
Yeah.
It literally said nothing to anybody. And I was having camera conversations with agency owners and trying to get like some hot takes. Everybody was really calm. They didn't want to say the wrong thing. And then I'd turn the camera off and we would just talk mad trash about all the things that are going on. And everybody's an armchair expert too.
Oh, of course. Of course. I mean, that's how LinkedIn was like all of last week was just everybody jumped in with a hot take immediately. Yeah, wild.
Yeah. And nobody had any insight to the truth. And any representative you talk to at Rakuten or Impact, they weren't giving us anything, even on like private conversations. Everything's just really tight-lipped and pretty frustrating. So,
Well, I wonder if they're waiting for IPX to make more of an announcement or like whatever. I mean, I do remember when, the ShareASale AWIN acquisition happened, they started with a 5,000-foot view or 50,000-foot view and, started narrowing in. And it wasn't until, the year of the migration or the upgrade that like they actually talked about like what's going to happen. But again, as we mentioned last week, like we had a years long runway on that. And based on my conversation with my impact rep last week, like it sounds like they're trying to move fast on, moving some of these brands over. So I'm really surprised that they didn't take that opportunity to have a more like clear the air kind of conversation. Like that seems like such a missed opportunity. And it also sounds like, that's a way that they really could have actually burned some bridges by, not giving that opportunity to people who are on the platform, their agencies, et cetera.
yeah, and they could have easily been proactive with having agency reps from each of those companies have meetings or be
Mhm.
proactive and have meetings with their preferred impact gold like certification is and anybody that's been certified like there was none of that. They were having their meetings in private rooms and there was just nothing proactive about giving us anything, which was pretty disappointing altogether. But one thing I did hear is they still plan on doing Rakuten Optimism next year, which was a big rumor of like, is this the last one? Is this not the
Mhm.
last one? They seem pretty adamant that they're going to keep on doing it, which I'll definitely go to. It's a great event. You'll see it in some of the content I come up with. My experience, but venue was super cool and people were great. They had a pickleball tournament that I really
Oh,
loved.
you were like in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pickleball, say less.
Yeah. But everything was I got a hold of the app a week ahead of time, and I was
Mhm.
still able to clean up and get 30 meetings, like official meetings in there. So
Jesus.
that was something that I really they took on the same app as ASW.
Oh, swap card. Yeah.
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 And I love that app. So I was in on it.
Yeah, that's the same one that they used at Global Think Tank in Portugal. And I was like, hell yeah, I know this app. I don't have to learn something new.
There seemed to be a lot of Chinese companies that were coming to this event too. Not like a lot, but like maybe it was just more that I didn't see them at ASW because this one was like 500 people. And so there's some representation there from
Yeah,
that side of the world that I've very rarely seen.
interesting.
Yeah. And well, what happened on your side? Anything special this week happened for you?
Oh man, I feel like I had a really busy week. Like I've just been like heads down and pulling a lot of reporting this week, since last week was kind of the end of the month and all of that, just finalizing end of month reporting. I am trying to figure out who I talk to. I've been talking to a lot of like ranking websites because I'm working with a pet food company, which I'm also finding pet food is as competitive as the mattress space.
Whoa.
It's wild. It is like, I never expected to see this level of like competition and like aggression with like CPAs and stuff like that, and getting on ranking sites and all of that outside of the mattress space. Like I was just taken aback by it, but it's literally like that, just a much lower ticket item and a lot friendlier. Just a lot friendlier overall. But yeah, that's been something that's been really interesting. So I've been really aggressive in, offering CPAs and like landing pages and offers and stuff to different ranking websites. And it's kind of fun to work with a brand right now that, has budget and they're just like, just land us on like the most important things, the ones that are going to get us an LLM but visibility. That's like one of their really big goals, right? Is really being super visible on the LLMs and being competitive with the other top brands in the space. And there's just been a lot of that, a lot of negotiation going on this week.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I would figure with a brand like that, a link B and a well put would be a really good fit for them, especially if they want to try to diversify some of that aggressive CPA work
Yeah.
in that CPC space. I think those would kill on, parent bloggers or something in that space. Also, Ewan over at
Red Ventures.
Red Ventures, yeah, but they changed their name again. But yeah, they do great work in the Reddit space. Look at and reach out to, and with budget, like they can do a lot of great things.
Okay, that's good to know because I know that Reddit is definitely part of our strategy. But yeah, it's been kind of fun, like being able to go out and just be like, hey, this is what we can offer you, and like it's also really funny because we'll get partners that like are kind of new to the space that are just building out their pages and they'll come in and they'll want like triple what our base rate is, which is already aggressive and competitive, but they'll want triple. And I'm like, you've literally done nothing for us. Why am I going to give that to you? Like, put us on the list, see how we do. And then depending on the performance, we can move you up. Like, that's kind of a duh to me. But yeah, they came out the gates of like, we want $260. And I'm like,
For what?
I can start you off at 90.
Or
Let's start there. You don't even have like any authority. You don't show up in the LLMs, like, just let's start small and then build from there. Which, I mean, on one level, they're like, well, we need the high CPA so that we can do PPC bidding and all that. And I'm like, yeah, but you're not even ranking anywhere close to where it needs to rank. Like, it's just absolutely not. I'm not starting that way with you. But, if your name is Forbes, I might talk about it.
awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect. Interesting. My meeting of the week, I always preach this concept of make 10 new friends and make one really good friend from your old friends. I like bypass this one this time. And I got a new buddy named Eric from Sovereign, and we just really clicked talking sports and stuff. Just
Love it.
he's in San Francisco, but that was my favorite meeting of the week, just to tighten things up. But
I love it when I make a buddy at smaller conferences like that. Like back at Think Tank, Ashley Parrish from Today was that person for me. Like she and I had a conversation and then we were just like, let's hang for the rest of the time that we're here. And yeah, I love to have a conference buddy.
yeah, and then that turns into he's got conference buddies that he's introducing me to, and so I made new conference buddies over there, and I did the same vice versa. So, yeah, business is always as at the conferences, but I had a good time, had a really good experience overall. All right, that's it for today. Thanks for
All right.
joining us. All right, take care, folks.
Listening to Affiliate Nerd Out.